Okay, good morning everybody. Hope everybody had a really good Memorial weekend, and let us not forget those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. I want to give you an update on what we've been doing. Installing hinges and getting it right is kind of difficult. So what we do, or what we've started to do, is we mark the edge of the box or the lid on both sides, so as we start to put them in, we know if we're off in this direction. Now obviously, we've discussed before, there's always a little bit of interference with the new carpet. You really want that, and the reason why you want it is after these have been opened and closed several times, you will lose that interference. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is, and we need to get a little bit better at this, but if you're going to do this, also make yourself some mock-up things where you glue the carpet to some pieces of wood to set your heights. If you don't get your heights right, what's going to end up happening is the lid is going to want to buckle, and so you've got to take quite a bit of time to get this right. It is a two-person operation with lids this size, and I strongly urge everybody to take your time and take your patience. Be very patient with it, and if you do it, you'll get it right the first time, and by getting it right the first time, you'll just have less issues, less holes, etc. We ran into a little bit of a problem because we don't have this deck fully locked down. We had it locked down in 4 places. We had to add some additional screws because of the weight of these locker lids. I mean, they're not really that heavy, but you know, there's a fair amount of weight. We did install, I don't know if we're going to need this, we're waiting on Mitch. Mitch is coming by tomorrow. You'll actually see him in your video today, but we're going to be discussing where we're at on the boat with Mitch tomorrow. It'll be an opportunity for you guys to meet Mitch. We installed these, and as I said in the previous video, we installed these in a location which makes sense to load the rods. They turned out really well. I know I've discussed this before, but I really want to bring it up some more. Where the screwed up ones are. Check your stuff when it comes in now. Don't wait. We should know better, and we've been caught out a few times here in the past few days. In particular, like on these, the bottom didn't line up with the top, so the threaded side was cocked slightly, so when the lid was closed or was latched, this was not centered, and so we had quite a few of those that were off. Obviously we've got to return them, but it's one of those things that I strongly suggest that everything that comes in, unbox it and make sure that it's exactly the way you want, even to the detail of making sure, like on this particular part, that when it's fully assembled, the latch part is in line with the top. Like I said, some of the ones we have, can't find them right now, don't do that. Seat pedestal, I never know how to get those down. There you go. So we're on the downward spiral to this. On these, make sure that you measure twice. It's scary. We've got to do these here in a few minutes, and we will be measuring and triple checking and quadruple checking before we punch the big holes through. But as you can see, this boat is very close on the downside of being complete. Looking forward to going through with Mitch tomorrow, see what other things we've got to get finished up. We obviously have got to put the console in here with the ice chest. We've got to get the deck and everything cleaned up. So we've been doing a little bit of cleanup today, but we will be doing more and more cleanup. You'll notice that we have our, as we learn from everything we do, we have our wires here. So if Mitch wants to take it off, he can. but this morning we had to make an adjustment for this, so we'll be doing some rewiring or reconfiguring of our wires up here. Those are the things that you get into as your build goes on. So really, Michael and I are very excited. We're really excited about the way the boat is coming out. I think the grey, I mean, quite honestly, we've both got to be honest with you that we wish we had done the back in black like we've done the front. Hindsight's 20/20, but this turned out really, really nice. There's nothing wrong with the back, but the white tends to show everything. So I think if we were to do it over again, and we kind of looked at each other and we went, no, it's too much work. But I mean, the white's good, but it just shows every little mark, where the black helps us and it hides stuff and it doesn't show every little detail. So Michael and I are pretty pumped about this, and looking forward to spending a little time with Mitch tomorrow. It'll seem funny to you because then he'll probably show up right in the next minute. So this is where we're at right now. We're going to install the lids, we're going to do some measurements, and if you've got any questions or whatever, put them in the comments below and we'll see what we can do about answering them. Appreciate your time. Hope you all had a great Memorial weekend. Are you ready, you?
I'm recording.
You recording?
Yes.
Finally?
Yes.
Nice shirt, by the way. So Mitch is here this morning, and we're going over his boat with him, and all of a sudden became very bashful and climbed out of the boat, so we put Michael in there. So one of our biggest concerns was this lid here, on whether or not it needed an underneath support, and the decision has been made, no, it does not. So originally we thought all three of them were going to need supports, but these ones definitely did not. I was worried about this one. This does not need support because of the skeleton underneath. And we did put a, did you see this up here?
The seal?
Yeah. Yep. So put the seal up there yesterday.
Yep.
So the tape was to show us where the cross beams are, so we could put the screws in. And then we got over here, we got the rod holders, which turned out very nice.
So Mitch wanted to go all high tech and wanted to be able to spot lock and control motor through his graph. And with supply chain issues, we just decided to go with the Lowrance motor guide combo. You can control your motor guide with your Lowrance through a NEMA network. There's a gateway for your trolling motor. So that's how we got set up. Pretty sure I have a video of Hugh operating it. You can spot lock, you can get it to follow a trail, you can move it with your graph, and it also comes with a foot pedal and a remote. So yeah, I think it's actually a really cool system. Motor guide kind of had spot lock before everybody else, and it's worked out really nice. So there's foot pedal.
I thought it came with a remote.
It does have a remote.
It has a remote too?
Yes.
How come you're not talking about the remote?
He did talk about the remote.
Look, if I want any input from you, I'll look in your direction, all right?
So it comes with a remote, like I said.
Which you will be checking out here shortly.
So he can. So yeah, that's about it. We are very close to being done.
Show them the lockers. Show them the thing.
Oh. So we got these custom built trays. We still need to put some gas struts and clean it up a little bit, but we got some lots and lots and lots of storage. All right, so here's our main control power panel. We have our Perco on off, which turns the whole boat on. We have our trolling motor circuit breaker, and then we have our fuse block. Everything is labeled, each wire is labeled as well. And this is our little charging port. I need to get a dummy plug put in there. That Perco powers this switch panel, which we have manual bilge, and then nav and anchor lights. He has a USB charger and the cigarette lighter, and we have a auto bilge in the back. It cycles every minute or so.
And the hose is going to be replaced because I don't like it. I think that looks horrid.
So yeah, that's about it. know if there's anything else. Our NEMA network is back here. So if he wants to, he can NEMA his motor when he gets one. If he wants to NEMA his batteries, there's all sorts of things he can check. So yeah. Now we're gonna get him a 16-inch, so while he's driving, we can mount it here. HDS 16, and it'll look really good. That's what's coming next. Right, Mitch?
Yeah.
Cool.